Hey guys, my name's Colin, and I've had a few requests for videos to do today, so I'm just gonna do that today. Welcome to ClassyHerps. Alright, so you guys wanted to see some live turtle feeding. Well, here you go. These are some goldfish. So, I've also had a few requests to see the green tree python, well actually a lot, and he's getting a lot bigger. He actually just shed, and you can see there on his head, he's starting his color change. Is that awesome? See a little bit of yellowish green there on his head. It's kind of the same color as his yellow spots. But yeah, that's new, so it's not just another spot. That's really awesome. Hopefully he's going to start his color change. You got there relatively quick, so you can get that beautiful green color and that green tree pythons are just known for. He's looking pretty angry right now, so I'm going to leave him alone. That's Henry the green tree, who's getting very big. I know I've got a question for you guys about my first and only Kenyan Sambo. I did plenty of research, so don't worry about that, but it's just from experience you get, and I don't know because this is my first and only one, but he started out eating great for me, but then just recently, like within the past 3 feedings, so the past 3 weeks, because I only feed him really once a week, but what he does is he constricts and he kills his mice, and then he just leaves them and he won't eat them. And past experience with my ball pythons, if they've done that, sometimes they do that if they're really small and they just don't know what to do. Usually if you just leave it in there dead overnight, by morning time they'll have it eaten. So I've never actually had the problem where they just seriously leave it and forget about it for good. So I don't know what to do. He's striking at it, constricting, and I wiggle it, do everything I can, and he acts pretty into it, and he constricts for a long time, so I think he really thinks that it's alive and everything. So, I honestly don't know what to do. If you guys could give me any suggestions on that, it would be great. I've tried moving him down from that big tub size just to this little snap bend thing, just to see if that made any difference, and so far it hasn't. So I need your guys' help. Okay, out here in the rat shed again, sorry about the noise, but I can't turn these fans off. It's a really weird position. I'm sorry, I can't. I wish I could. I know how bad that sounds on camera. But so out in the rat shed, I've kind of developed a problem that I don't know how I've managed to avoid until now. And obviously, that's going to be with flies. Now, I'm sure every fly within a 100-mile radius of this place can smell this. So, flies, they come because they smell all of the poop, and of course, what do flies do with that? They lay their eggs in it and, make more flies reproduce. So that's what they come here for. The flies themselves aren't actually much of a problem. They're just kind of annoying, But what I really worry about is the larvae of the flies, because obviously that's what they came here to do. They smell a lot of poop, so they're going to come here and lay a lot of eggs. I know because I raised the fruit flies just how fast they can reproduce, and they can have a lot of babies. So the problem is they're going to come in here and they're going to lay all their larvae in my rat's poop, which I try to keep to a minimum obviously, but I can't, especially in these litters like these, where there's all of these, and I mean, yeah, that's hard to control. So they're gonna make quite a bit of waste, obviously, and so flies are gonna come in here, lay their larvae, and that's when the problems start. There's one fly, just annoying. So yeah, they're gonna lay their larvae in here, and that's how diseases can really get started with all of those, and it's just really nasty. And if they decide that they like a rat and they hitchhike on a rat for a while, kill a few rats, well that's money coming right out of my pocket. So I trying everything I can to get around to this. Sure, there's more better methods. I've just tried, you know, I've got a fly swatter in here. I've swatted down everyone that I can find, and I've got all these hanging sticky strips. Got quite a few flies in just a few days. So just trying to keep that down to a minimum. I'm sure, I don't know how other people deal with that. I'm sure it's impossible to get around because how small flies are, and they can surely smell, you can surely smell this. So how do other people with decent number of rats deal with fly issues? Or am I just kind of over exaggerating on what I think will happen, and probably doesn't even do anything? So, you know, just give me your opinion on that. It'd be nice. Something I kind of was thinking about, because I've seriously been overproducing a lot of rats. So, and I've filled up all my pet stores around me. I supply them with their rats, and they are full, and they're not taking any more from me. So, I really don't want to cut down on my production just because how fun it is, you know. But when I have this much, and again, this is just my extras drawer. My food drawer is actually up here, and you can see there's quite a few in there also. These are a little bigger, that's why they're up there. But yeah, these are all my extras that I have nothing to do with. All these will probably end up getting gassed before too long if people don't start buying from the pet stores pretty much right away. So I need to get rid of these. So I was thinking, instead of just gassing them and letting them sit in my freezer until they aren't any more good, I've been thinking if I could just maybe like give them away on my YouTube channel, but I really don't know how to do that and all. I would love to do that if someone could give me some ideas on how I could work something out, because I know you obviously have to have special permits to ship animals. I mean, I'm not talking about shipping these live. I'd obviously freeze them and I could send them to people. I could do that definitely for free because I'm not doing anything with them. That would actually be more helpful to me than probably to you. But I'd have to get some permit, I know that, to ship meat. So if someone want to point me in the right direction on how I could get going on that, and obviously you guys are going to have to pay for shipping if you do that. I would just not charge you anything for the actual rodents. So that would be something we could maybe look into. I like producing rats, just I produce so many, it's getting a little out of control. And I mean, what can you expect, you know? So here's pup of the week. This is actually kind of a weird pup. Of course, I like to make all my pups weird, but see, this one here is like a half hairless and a half, I guess you could say Rex, but half hair, half hairless. You see that band down its middle doesn't have any hair on it, and it's really cool. I haven't quite figured out rodent genes like I want to yet. I guess they're not nearly as exact as snake genes are. They're a lot more random. But how I have learned it is when you breed a Rex to a Rex, which by the way, a Rex is like a curly haired one. I'll pull it out after I get done with this segment. But a Rex to a Rex gives you 25% hairless, because Rex is codominant. So that would be a super Rex. Two Rex genes in the same animal give it no hair. Well, I don't get how can it have half hair and half non-hair. I don't really get that. So it's got to be either one or the other, but that's what makes me think it's just the rat genes are a lot more random. You know, really anything can happen. So that's just kind of some stuff that I'm doing in here. This is the kind of stuff that I really like getting into. This is why it's just so much fun, because you think you can predict what you're gonna get, but then something like this happens. You know, you really honestly can't ever predict what your next litter is gonna be with rats, because you just really can't. That's why it's so fun. I don't like cutting down on it. There's your pup of the week. Okay, here's a good example of a Rex. You can see, well, the white's not showing up, but you can see how its hair, it's kind of curly. That's not just because it's sweaty or something, or its hair's messed up. That's how its hair actually is. That is what Rex is, and you can see its little whiskers there. They're all curly at the ends too. So that's a Rex. Now when you breed two of these together, you're supposed to get a completely hairless. That's probably one of the pup of the week's brothers or siblings. I'm sure it is. I'll show you the mother of that. Here's one, the black one there, and the half black, half white one right there in the corner. Those are both Rexes that I actually produced myself. And that black one right there is a Rex Dumbo, so that's awesome. And I showed you those males that I'm raising up are also Rex Dumbo. Pull them out here. You can get a nice, they don't have very good Rexing, like there's different levels of Rex, like how their bloodline is, on how curly their hair actually is. Like top of the line show rats, their hair is like super curly, like you wouldn't even think it's real. But most Rexes that you can get in pet stores like I did aren't very good quality, but they're still there. And it doesn't matter really if what you're trying to get is that hairless, which is what I'm trying to do. Because, I mean, a hairless is a hairless. You can't tell the difference if it's a good quality or bad quality unless you have its papers, because it all looks the same. But you can definitely tell Rexes apart from normals. Like there's a Rex right there. You see its hair is curly compared to one that's not Rex. So hopefully coming soon in the future, when those males get ready, I'll be breeding those two to all my other Rex girls, because these will be actually the first Rex males I've ever had. So hopefully in the future we can have some hairless pup weeks. Kind of protective over that baby. It's already weaned too for a long time.